no doubt, no doubt, no doubt, no doubt. Where are my most beautiful queens in the house? Where are my most beautiful queens in the house?
Hey everybody, it's your girl Jamilah. Welcome to the Queen's Address. Welcome into the Queendom. I am here today with a very, very special guest, Chandler James. Welcome to the Queen's Address. How you doing today?
I'm doing really well. Thank you, Jamilah, for having me. I appreciate it.
Good. Thank you for joining us. So you are a part of the Now Foundation. So can you talk a little bit about the work that you're doing with the Now Foundation?
Yeah, no, thank you. So the Now Foundation is a nonprofit that we started. It's a piece of First Fridays. You may be familiar. First Fridays, we have events all over the
Shouts
city.
to First Fridays.
In
Yes.
the Midwest. Been doing it for the last 30 years. And in that effort, our events house local creatives, artists, authors, chefs, all kinds of people from different realms. And in doing that work, we're in really cool venues. And to be in those places, you have to have your pieces together, i.e. your business information, your permits, all those things have to be in the line. So when we were doing these events, we were getting these for these people, having them set up, doing all this work. And we thought, why not actually expand it and make it into something that can be something even bigger year round? And that's where the Now Foundation came about. We decided that we wanted to focus on minority creatives. And once again, artists, authors, chefs, production people, singers, anybody within that realm, and helping them get their businesses started. Because a lot of times when you are a creative, your mind is in that world. You're not necessarily thinking about all the business steps you have to take to get your pieces out there. You're making a piece of art and you want the world to see it. But if you really want to promote yourself the best way, you have to have those business pieces in line. And that's what we're trying to do through the Now Foundation. And I might have buried the lead a little bit, but this is coming all at no charge to the members. So they're getting all this experience, all this technical support without having to pay anything. And the hope is that once they have everything set up, they're able to come and work one of our events like our Color of Summer or our Excellence Black Tie Gala in November and be able to show their work in the proper way with all their paperwork together. So it's really exciting, at least for me, getting to meet all these new creatives, making connections. I'm not necessarily an artist in my own right, but seeing all these people definitely shows me that there's levels to this game for sure.
Absolutely. Well, we appreciate the work you're doing. And so I did a little research about the Now Foundation. And so it seems like it's all about growth and empowerment. Can you talk a little bit about why this is so important in the community?
No, I think it's really important because when it comes to business technical steps and when it comes to getting your business set up, everybody's ambitious. Everybody has an idea. Everybody's like, I want to do this right and I want to get these things done. But if you aren't taking the right steps, you're going to hit pitfalls. You know, you can make as much money as you want doing things on the side, doing things under the table, but eventually you're going to hit that ceiling. You're going to hit that limit. And that's normally what holds back a lot of our minority creatives because they aren't necessarily ready to step out into the light. And we want to offer a way for people to step out into the light, be confident in what they're doing and stepping out, and then break past that ceiling. You know, be able to keep making that growth everlasting. And the reason why you become an entrepreneur, to not have ceilings. But if you aren't doing things properly, you're creating ceilings yourself. So we're really trying to help our community specifically in doing that. And then obviously you see Columbus growing right now. So it's the perfect time to also grow with it economically, socially, even just personal growth comes from making sure you have everything in line business wise.
Absolutely. I appreciate what you're doing. There's a lot of people out here that can benefit from this program.
That's the hope. That's the hope.
Absolutely. And so let's say I'm a small business, right? And I've connected to the Now Foundation. What happens next after that? What's the first step?
So our first step, like you said, you try to connect with us. Maybe you see us at one of our First Fridays or one of our major events. Maybe you saw me walk on the street and I thought your stuff looked cool and I connected with you. So you'd fill out an application. We'd have somebody reach out with you for an initial meeting. So that's going to be our opportunity to learn about your business, where you are in your steps. Because if you've already done a couple of things, we're not going to make you start from the beginning. We're going to take you where you are and keep going from there. But if you haven't started, we want to get you started properly. So once that happens, then we'll move into your business setup steps. So that would normally be business setup, getting your LLC set up, your EIN, your employer identification number. Then we move into your licensing, possibly a vendor's license or a permit, depending on what you're doing. And then we jump into marketing and branding. And that's normally what a lot of people get excited about. That's when you get a chance to get your website. You get a logo. You get an opportunity for a virtual business card. All kinds of cool things to make sure that your branding is together. People know who you are, so that the next piece that comes, that platform and access, you're ready for it. And then once these people have all that stuff together and they met their eligibility requirements, we're working with the City of Columbus to help businesses get their minority business enterprise certification.
Oh, wow.
Exactly. I'm glad you reacted like that.
Yeah,
That's what I hope
no,
for.
because it's a lot. Sometimes the process can be a little jarring.
Exactly.
And then it's discouraging too.
Exactly.
Sometimes I've heard people say, "Oh, I gave up. It just got to be too much, and it's so expensive," or I don't feel like I know what I'm doing.
No.
They'll just kind of say, "Okay, I'm gonna just go back to my job.
No,
and just
definitely.
keep doing what I've been doing."
And that's what I hear from a lot of people. When you get into it, it's like, okay, I got to get taxes. I have to get my birth certificate.
It's
Is this
not for the
all-
faint of heart.
Exactly. And then a lot of people wonder too, is it even worth it? They don't necessarily understand that being that MBE certified puts you on the city's directory of certified businesses. So when somebody comes from out of town or is looking for a business, where's the first place they're going to search? The city site. It's going to have your name right there. Along with that, they're going to send you out opportunities for contracts that are within your industry straight to your account. So it's simple once you get into it, but like you said, it is a process in getting set up, and that's what we're here for, getting you all set up, getting everything in line so that you can be ready to get that next step.
Okay. And so after the process is done, do you guys stay with the client, or do you have like a process, like a 6 months, like we'll hang on with you if you need have any questions,
Yeah.
or you guys
That's
kinda,
a great question.
Yeah.
That is one of the main
like an
things we like to
aftercare
promote.
specialist,
There
like,
you
okay,
go.
now that you've started, we're gonna, kind of help you along the way these first few steps. Now that you got your building, now that you got all your
Right.
titles, and now you got your insurances, and do you guys?
So with most program members, the Now Foundation is open until you don't want to come see us anymore. Essentially, once you've gone through the initial setup steps, you've kind of gotten those pieces. But our platform and access and opportunities are always allotted to you. So if you've gone through everything, you've even worked an event, we want you to come back, do it again, get everything you can get out of it, and make sure that people see you as many times as possible. Along with that, if you decide to start a trade name under that business or do some kind of other entity and like to start over, we're right here,
Oh, cool.
and ready to walk you through the steps once again.
So you won't walk alone.
There you go.
You got a friend.
I like that. Hey, that
In
might have
the
to
Now
go on our
Foundation.
website.
Listen. Okay, that's dope. And so I wanted to ask you about Face 614. I heard a little bit about Face 614. Can you talk about that a little bit?
No, that's a great question.
Yeah.
So Face 614 is the new version, or the reimagined version of First Fridays. So FACE stands for fashion, art, culture, and entertainment. And essentially that's what we've been bringing to the city since we started. That's what we want to keep pushing. So we decided, let's find a house and a great name that explains that and what we're trying to do. That also allowed us to bring the Now Foundation underneath that, what we're doing with First Fridays. We also have a STEAM initiative that we're working with. So all these different pieces are housed under Face 614. And that's really the brand that we want to bring to Columbus, and we want people to understand and recognize as who we are.
Oh, cool. Now that's cool. Now I heard a rumor that you were connected to the legacy of First Fridays. Is that true? Like some of your family members started the movement?
That's very true. It might have gotten through the grapevine. I might bear a small resemblance to Mr. Jeff Gilliam, the founder of First Fridays and Face 614. No, that is my uncle. He's a great man. A mentor, a role model of myself.
Shout out to him.
Shout out to him. Shout out to him. There you go. No, definitely. He's a great man, had a vision. He tells a story to me often. Started when he was my age, just thinking, all right, what does the city need? What can I do? Started as a networking group. They had people coming out for a happy hour to growing out to, 4,000 people at the art museum. So something like that, when I see that, when I talk to him about what we're doing, it definitely inspires me to keep going. And it shows me that there really is a path if you focus your mind and are intentional.
Absolutely. Yeah. Is he proud to see the direction that it's going in?
That's a good question. He's a man of probably few compliments, but if you don't get any insults, you probably did good.
You probably
did good.
No, I could appreciate that. And so I wanted to ask a little bit I'm going to circle back to the Now Foundation. So it is a non-profit nonprofit organization.
Correct.
Can you talk a little bit about why it's so important?
No, so it is really important because the thought process, we don't want people to think that, okay, we're doing this all for funds. We're doing this to, I don't know, for profit or something like that. Because essentially we want to give people the best opportunity. And that comes when you're not focused on money.
Okay.
And along with that, that's how we're able to get the support from from Franklin County and from the city of Columbus to actually promote these activities. They're able to come and help fund us and push what we're trying to do. Because they see the same way we do, that there's a gaping hole in the economic prosperity of some of the people that look like us in the city.
Right.
And it can be fixed by simply giving people the tools they need to step up. I don't think anything we're teaching people through the Now Foundation is hard to comprehend, we're not teaching you rocket science. We're giving you a couple of different steps, taking you through some websites, showing you how to do things properly. But with a lot of information, if you don't have it, you're never going to have it. You don't know what you don't know. And once things are presented to you, you're able to make all kinds of different decisions and really present yourself in the proper way. So I think that a lot of that comes, like I said, with not worrying about profits, not worrying about making, or quarterly dividends and those kind of things. That's not our focus. Right. Our focus is the people and making sure that they understand what they're doing and are able to present.
Just all the work that you're doing is appreciated because you're literally serving a community that's underserved. And so we are so grateful for the work that you're doing. And so what's next for the Now Foundation?
Well, obviously, continuous growth. That's all we're looking for. I mean, the bigger we're able to become, the more work we're able to do with people in the community. My biggest hope would be to expand outside of Columbus. I love the work we're doing here, but there's creatives everywhere that could use those same kind of tools. Along with that, just making sure that we're able to connect with our creators on a deeper level, doing workshops, seminars, all kinds of networking opportunities where people not only are doing these business steps and building their business up, they're also making the connections to understand, all right, what else should I be doing? Okay, this person's maybe 2 steps ahead of me. They've gotten this piece already. Where did they get it from? And making those different connections and making a cohesive community where people are helping each other. That's what I think our next goals would be.
That's dope. I appreciate that. And so do you guys have a website or any social media that you could share with us?
Yeah, no, definitely. Okay, so break the fourth wall. So come check us out at now_foundation on Instagram. We are Now Foundation on Facebook. And then on Facebook and Instagram, we are official Phase 614.
Cool beans. Chandler, thank you so much for being here today.
Awesome.
We genuinely appreciate you.
No, thank you.
I know
so
how busy
much.
you are, so this means a lot.
Nope, going right to a client meeting after this.
Okay. Well, thank you. Thank you so much again.
No, thank you too. I appreciate it.
All righty. And thank you for tuning in to the Queen's Address. We'll see you next time. Peace, King. Peace, Queen.